The Unapologetic Redneck presents Redneck Computer Training for Total Tards. Welcome to episode 1 of Introduction to Virtual Machines. In this demonstration I want to show you the advantages of using Virtualbox rather than VMware. If you'll notice, my cursor is highlighted in yellow, so you should be able to see where I'm at. When I left click, it'll highlight in red, and if I right click, it turns blue. We're going to keep this kind of short, but I want to tell you about this free tool called Virtualbox. Its main advantage over VMware is you can remotely log into the virtual machines via remote desktop connection, which every modern version of Windows has. I want to go ahead and show you one. This is opening up Virtualbox. That would be like my BIOS screen, and as you can see, Windows XP is starting up in a virtual machine. We can drop the Virtualbox down for the moment, and you can see it typical for Windows. It's slow to boot, but I just want to let you see what it's like to actually boot a VM and get it up and running. Okay, and as you can see, it's booted up, and if we'll give it just a moment, when it gets an IP address, we'll check that it has internet connection. It looks like it does. And it looks like we're on the internet. Okay, just to show you that. Now I want to show you also that if I right click my computer and go to properties, I can see that it's Windows XP Professional Service Pack 3. It's showing 1 gig of RAM. That's what I've allocated to this particular virtual machine. I'm going to go ahead and click OK and tell this to shut down. So while that's shutting down, we'll open up Virtualbox again, and I'll put this off to the side so you can still see it. It is up and running and closing down. But let's take a look at another version of XP it's already in a saved state, so it only takes a matter of seconds to be booted up. Okay, it's awfully slow because the other version was using up a lot of memory. Alright, so as you can see, I've got another version of XP up and running in just a short amount of time. Now, let's drop this down well, let's just go ahead and close this, and we'll save the machine state the way it is. So it'll save it just like it is, and I'll show you another version. This is Puppy Linux. And as you can see, since there's more memory, it doesn't take very long to boot up. Okay, so Puppy Linux appears to be up and running, connected to the internet. Let's see if it can get to Google. Looky there. It booted up quite nicely, and it's connected to the internet. I'm going to go ahead and close that for now. What I do want to show you is on this XP Service Pack 3, I have up here under base memory, I have 1024 megabyte of RAM allocated. So I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to change that amount. Maybe drop it down to about 512 meg of RAM. Okay, so I want to go to the settings, system settings, and under base memory here, I'm just going to back that down to 512, and we'll leave all the other settings alone. They should be fine. Press OK. Now that since the XP Service Pack 3 was powered off, I can set the settings. In one of these save states, it's grayed out because you can't do any changes while it's in a save state. But let's go ahead and fire up that XP Service Pack 3 again. It may take a little longer, but bear with me. This is a good thing. And one of the unique things about this is being able to use the remote desktop connection. All modern Windows systems have it built in, and I can show you momentarily how you can use that. Okay, so while you can see this XP Service Pack 3 is up and running, I'll go ahead and open up a web browser, and so I'll just minimize this virtual machine for the moment, and I'll go to my start button and go to all programs and up to accessories, and in accessories you'll find remote desktop connection. Go ahead and click on that, and let's see what in VMware I have. My remote display server port is 6003, so we can drop that back down. It looks like I've got it set correctly. I'll connect, and it should open a full screen display of that virtual machine, like I'm logging in from somewhere else. And you can see it is. I can close the browser. I can look at that properties, and you can see I've cut the RAM back to 512 meg of RAM, and it is the original XP Service Pack 3. And if I want, I can exit out of this and close my remote desktop connection, and as you can see, I closed the browser on that virtual machine. So actually you can take an old machine and log into a newer operating system, and the main advantage is you only have to have one very strong computer on your network to be able to run lots of virtual machines. So more older equipment can be utilized using plenty of resources, like the bump up the RAM and storing space on the virtual machines. It's just like having an extra computer inside of your main computer. Thanks for listening.